Hey guys, it's Matt Johnson. We are back with another episode of Real Estate Uncensored. This is going to be an exciting and new type of episode. This is kind of an all Q&A episode. So we had a guest lined up for today that was going to talk about tactics for up-and-coming female agents and some of the ways they can differentiate themselves. However, she was unavailable to make it today, so we will have her on the show either at the very end of December or early in January. So with that being said, let me bring in my co-host in the co-pilot seat, the junior grandmaster himself, Greg McDaniel. Greg, what's up today?
Matt, what's up, my friend? Hey, man, it is dumping up here, man. We are finally getting the rain that we really need. It is so awesome. I'm looking out that window right there, and it's just sheets of water coming down. I love rain because it means I get to go home immediately after this and curl up in my blanket and say "F you" to the rest of the world, and just I can justify it because it's raining in my own mind.
And so you got your workout in today already, right?
Yes, I did. Kind of like you got your workout out on Saturday. Matt went to the gym on Saturday, worked out with a trainer. He worked him out so hard. Matt tried for 30 minutes after the workout to not throw up. I mean, that's the kind of trainer you need. That's what Matt and I try to do for real estate.
That's right.
We try to make you not throw up when you're door knocking.
But Greg will push you to where you do want to throw up. No.
And curse my name every step of the way.
Exactly.
But at the end of the day, when you check your bank account, you're gonna be like, "God, Greg, guys, one hell of a nice guy. I do like him and Matt." And we've done patting ourselves on the back.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So while we wait for people to join us live, I just want to speak to anybody that's watching the replay here on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe. So we just want to thank those of you who have already subscribed. So we are pushing 750 subscribers here. We're at mid-December, and we expected that to take till January, maybe the end of January to hit that. And all of a sudden, we got a big surge of subscribers. So we really want to thank you for telling a friend in the business about the show, which is the only way that we're growing. We are not reaching out and doing really any advertising of any kind. We're not bombarding people with emails. We're really just letting the show grow organically by word of mouth. And so we thank you very, very, very much for doing that. If you prefer, like if you like the video version, great, subscribe on YouTube. You'll get automatic updates when we have our new videos come out. But if you prefer the audio version, just nestled right here in your earbuds, head on over to iTunes or Stitcher, depending on your device, and subscribe there. That way you always have us on hand in one of these things, which is a smartphone. It's amazing what these things can do.
A phone is smart.
Yeah. Unlike mine this weekend, which turned off. It shut down, and then I had to spend the next 3 or 4 hours trying to charge it and get it to turn on again. So it may be time for an upgrade from me.
So it's like dating. You know, you got to spend time consoling your phone, consoling a girlfriend. It's not working. It just tells you, just shuts off, doesn't want to talk to you. That kind of thing.
Down. Yeah, exactly. Full-on isolation mode.
Women and iPhone and smartphones, very much the same. They don't want to talk to you. They shut down.
All right. So we've got some. I'm gonna leave that one alone. We've got
safe move.
We've got a bunch of questions from the Facebook group, the Lead Gen Objections Facebook group, run by our friend Aaron Wittenstein. If you're not already a member, that is 15,000 agents and growing. So it's a really great community where you can get your questions answered on the spot. Aaron started that to have a resource of people that he could pull from and ask questions live. He was actually in a listing one time and got an objection that he couldn't answer. He asked for a break. He went outside, plunked the question into his phone into the Facebook group, and got like 2 or 3 or 4 scripts to try out before he even went back in the house. So it's a really cool group. So we've got some questions from agents from that group. It's facebook.com/groups/gotobjections. So make sure to check that out. But before we get into that, Greg, you want to give some shout outs to some very special people?
I absolutely will, my friend. I had such a cool time talking with a bunch of folks. Guys, again, I'm going to say it again, the McDaniel Challenge. Take it. Call me. We're booked into the first week of January now. All the way through the rest of the year is taken up. I'm doing double calls. Like I'm doing 2 calls today to kind of get everyone in before the end of the year. But McDaniel Challenge, guys, 6 to 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I reserve it, for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday nights to talk with an agent for an hour and a half, talking about what we can do to get your, jumpstart your business, get 2016 rocking, get past any stopping points, all that. So call me, text me on my cell phone, 925-915. 1978. Again, 925-915-1978. So with that being said, good sir, I want to give a shout out to Trey. Dude, we are having him on the show, Matt. We're going to have him on the show early this next year. Super cool dude out of Louisiana, Baton Rouge. Great talking with him today. He's gonna have a just kick-ass year next year. I get to talk to Rod tonight, so I get to be excited about him. We're going to schedule getting me on his ESPN show here next year as well. Miguel, I'm going to get back to you, buddy, so we can get a time scheduled for the next year for doing the McDaniel Challenge. Super cool. Miguel's he came through the prospecting course with us, man.
No, that's right.
And then Ashley, who is going to be our guest today. Ash, you're watching. What's up? Hope you're feeling better. We look forward to getting you on very, very soon. Guys, this woman is unbelievable. She crushed her full year's goals in 5 months. Okay, who does not want to do that? She's a young female in the business. She's going to just show you guys how to step on, this business like it's nobody's problem, make it your bitch. Yeah, so she can take the rest of the year off.
Right. That'll be, just in case anybody missed it, that will be the headline in Inman News: how to step on it and make it your bitch.
Brought to you by Greg McDaniel,
yeah, exactly.
the helpful, friendly real estate agent. Right. And then Jane Blondie, my dear friend, I'm so glad I got some time with you. It's been way too long. I haven't seen Jane in over 6 months, guys. She is back. She's happy. She's just kicking ass. So good to get time with you, Jane. So those are some of my folks, man. And then we got a couple more for the rest of this week, and then on for the next get on for the rest of next year.
Very cool. All right, well, quick shout out to our lovely and talented sponsors, and then we'll get into the questions. And we're just, like, Greg has no idea what I'm going to throw at him, so this is going to be fun and exciting, and when Greg messes up, I'm going to mock him mercilessly, so it'll be a good time.
This won't happen, so you won't do any mocking. This is going to be a great day.
All right, so first of all, to Viral Marketing, thank you for writing a check, cold hard cash, to make Hangouts and podcasts like these happen. If you're looking for help getting more repeat and referral business out of your database using email and video marketing, check them out. They're getviral.com. Viral is with Y, don't forget that. And Equity. So it's an online buyer lead generation platform built from the ground up for solo agents. So if you want to generate the perfect number of leads to work consistently so that you have a base of buyer leads to close actual deals and sell actual homes. How about that?
Amazing.
Take the McDaniel Challenge, get a hold of Greg. The platform is being built, and it's already available up in the Bay Area as well as a few others, but we're spreading out, obviously, to other areas, and so Greg can let you know kind of when it's available in your area or if it's coming, and if you can round up enough people, even if it's not in your area already, we can get it to you if you have a good group of agents that want to jump on board and start generating leads. So, again, take the McDaniel Challenge, call Greg's cell phone or text him, or just go to McDanielChallenge.com, and you can get that information there as far as how to contact Greg about both those things. So
yeah, just contact me, guys. I'm a talkative human.
That's right. Greg is a talkative human. Okay, so let's get to the first question.
All right, make it happen, Captain.
All right, so the first one is a little bit outside of. I knew it would catch your interest, because it's outside of our normal kind of the sales and marketing training. It goes more to one of the topics that we want to get into the new year. We want to start covering this more often, which is how to turn your real estate career into a lifestyle business that actually gives you freedom and does not tie you to a desk and a headset for the rest of your life.
So don't be me and Matt.
What are you talking about? Anyway, you might be tied to a desk. I'm not. Anyway, so there's a question from the Facebook group. It's from Patty Wilson, and she says, curious on how to set expectations for clients in texting. I'm not setting them well, and I'm getting texts at all hours of the day and night. I don't want to turn off my phone. I have kids. So besides my recommendation, which would be don't have kids.
Oh my God, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah. You can tell we're two single guys. So besides the brilliant recommendation to not have kids in the first place, let's get to the bigger issue of setting expectations with clients. So this is something, Greg, that I noticed right away. Like when we first came through like the launch process with Viral, and I was just talking to you about your business and getting to know kind of what your goals were, you were straight up, you're like, dude, I don't work like after 7 p.m. on the weekdays. I don't work weekends. Like, you're very good at setting expectations. So how do you do that right up front?
So, Patty, great question. It's a question that a lot of people struggle with. I struggled with it for a while too. When I first got in the business, I tried to be my father. I comb my hair sideways. I wore the same color shirts. I wore the same, like the tan khaki pants. But that wasn't me, right? And so I couldn't come through as open and honest, because I would also tell them, because I was so desperate for the business, which you don't have to be desperate, guys. You don't have to be desperate. Confidence is much more powerful than just whoring yourself out and doing whatever the other person wants you to do. So instead of saying, oh my God, Matt, thank you for working with me. This is the greatest thing since sliced bread. I'm the luckiest human on planet Earth. I will do whatever you want me to do. Well, Matt, or whoever it is going to take advantage of that. I used to tell people this. I used to say, you can reach me anytime, 365, 24/7. If I don't pick up the phone, it means my phone is either dead or I'm asleep, and I'll call you as soon as I wake up, or either changes. Well, people just use me and abuse me, like you, Patty. They're calling you at all times of the day. They're not being respectful of you, your family time, your children, or anything else. So I finally said, fuck it one day. I'm done with people stepping on me. And I just turned to someone, and I didn't care. It was a big client too. And I said, I'm so glad we're going to be able to work together, Matt. Let me explain to you how I work. And so what I'm doing right there, and this is the most important thing, you're laying the ground rules. Because, guys, a lot of people think about real estate agents as just a tool, that so they can use and then lose. But this is an interchangeable. But you are a professional real estate consultant. This is a real career. Hundreds of thousands, about millions of dollars are on the stake every time you work a deal. So this is no joke of a career. So treat it as such, and set out your goals, set out how you want to work. All right, to sit down and think about, this is how I want to work. This is what I want to wear. This is the hours I want to work. These are the type of people I want to work, and then specifically build towards that. And so I said one day, you know what? I freaking hate wearing slacks. So not wearing slacks. Okay, now I want to wear my jeans. So I started wearing jeans. I have my custom shirts, as you guys all know, because I can't fit anything off the rack, because if you're in America, if you are tall, you have to be wide as well, which I am not, thank God. But I got my custom shirts. I've moved to not tucking my shirt in, wearing a sports coat, wearing my jeans that I want to wear, rocking my Vans tennis shoes. See, where are they? Come here, Vans. See, just my Vans tennis shoes. Nothing big, no big deal, right? Guys, I take down multi-million-dollar listings with wearing these clothes. Okay. Now, of course, my team comes in to helps as well. But the verbiage that I used with this client was, Matt, I am ecstatic that we're going to be working together. Let me explain to you exactly how I work. See, I'm setting up the ground rules. And I say, guys, I will work my tail feathers off for you during the work days. We'll do early showings, late showings, whatever it takes. But I don't work on the weekends. And I said, that's my family time. That's my time that I need to be around to re-energize my batteries and spend time with the people that I truly love in life. You can understand and respect that, right? Mm-hmm. When I say that, I'm nodding my head up and down.
Just nods their head with you. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, perfectly reasonable, Greg.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we totally get it. Because you know what? The first jerk off that goes, no, I don't think I don't like that. I can't work with those rules. You'd be like, see ya. Yeah. And you're going to move forward, because they're going to use you and abuse you no matter what. You have to be respectful of you, your time, your family time as well. Matt and I were talking before we went on air that he and I were both just dead exhausted on Friday. And I just crashed and burned into my couch. And if I had to do something, I wouldn't have been able to do it. I wouldn't have been able to function. So you got to give your time. So go set up your priorities. Okay. So you have to set up your priorities. Where do you want to live? How do you want to work? Who do you want to work with? And then lay it out and be honest with you. Now, most people listening to this are probably going, he's so full of crap. He's caved in. He works on the weekends. And yeah, sometimes I do. But this is how the conversation goes down. My client will call me and say, if they want to see something, I'll say, good, go to the open house and let me know how it goes. Again, it's confidence. I'm not worried that another agent's going to steal my client. I'm like, yeah, go ahead. Tell me, they're nice agents. Let me know how it goes. But if they do need to see something on a Saturday or Sunday, they will call me up and do this. Hi, Greg? Yes. Hi, it's John and Sarah. I know you don't work on the weekends. I know. But is there any possibility that you could please show us just one house? We really like it. And they go on and on and on and on. And then I'm like this. Okay, guys. Okay. All right. For you, this time I'll do it for you. But I'm going to be wearing my shorts and flip-flops. Is that okay with you? Oh, yeah. That's totally fine. We're going to be wearing the same thing. It's no big deal. And I'm like, click. Gotcha, bitches. But it's doing that. Gotcha, bitches. But doing that, guys, you are in control. Okay, you need to understand that you have to remain in control of your environment and your situations, because you know what? This is your life too. This is how you want to run. Look, my father's been doing this business for 43 years at this point. There's been 2 times when he has worked so much and has been so stressed out that literally his retina has detached from his skull, from his eye. Like just swimming around up in there. because of the stress levels.
Wow.
You know, I know some people that get so stressed out, they get like ulcers in their stomach. Don't do that, guys. I mean, Matt, when you were an agent, I mean, what were your experiences? How did you tell your clients kind of how you worked?
So when I took expired listing, when it went after expired listings and listed their homes as part of the end of the listing presentation, once they decided to sign the contract, I think it might have actually been built into our pre-listing packet too, was our quote, our communication plan, which was structured weekly communication calls every Tuesday at a time of their choosing, where I would call and update them on everything. Anything that fell outside of that, if it was an emergency, they were welcome to call me. However, there's usually no emergencies in real estate. Like, that was the phrasing that we used. So it's kind of a subtle, hey, it has to be like, there better be some blood involved. Somebody needs to be dying in order for you to call me outside of that. So that was the expectation. Now, obviously, during the closing process, you know, when you're getting down to the wire and there's other vendors and things like that involved, and they have questions that come up, they might need an immediate answer, and I get that. But then you get that same response, which is, oh, hey, I know I'm bothering, you know, I don't mean to bother you, I just had this, and it completely flips it from, you are expected to give concierge level service as if you're a bellhop waiting outside their hotel room door to take their bags down, versus a consultative professional. So, and I did that when I had no business. I did that when I had, you know, more listings than I could handle. I mean, I did the same thing throughout, and nobody questioned it.
No, and that Matt brought up a really good point, you guys. See, this whole thing is about setting expectations up front, like Matt and I have said several times and off this one question. And that also goes into the effect of, Matt, I'm so glad we're going to be working with you. This is how I work. By the way, how do you like to be communicated with? Do you like text, phone calls, emails, in-person meetings, you know, handwritten letters? You know, how do you like to be communicated with? Give me your top two ways of communication. That's showing massive amounts of respect. That's showing them that you actually give a rat's rear end about what they want, not what you want. A lot of them now also social media apps too, how to communicate. There's a guy that was on the YPN board with me last year, and oh, by the way, I'm now co-chairing my YPN board, guys, so yay for me, more work. But the chair of the YPN the first year, dude, that fool would not pick up a phone, he would not return an email, but he would respond to a Facebook private message. That's the only way I could get that guy to communicate. So think about that as well when it comes to this, guys. Honor their time, explain to them how you're going to work and how you operate. They're not going to fight you, guys. I've never had a single person not work with me when I explain the way I work. So just stand up and be strong, identify the way you want to work, and keep trucking. You will attract the people that you want to work with.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, absolutely true. And they'll respect your time. They'll respect you as a professional for having that structure kind of already in place, because it implies, even if you've never done a deal before, if you have that structured communication plan kind of in place, it implies that you have a regular flow of clients and you have other things to do. That's a good thing.
You might have what they call a hobby. Wait, what's a hobby?
I
think I've heard of
have them. They're what normal people have. Greg, I think your hobby is the couch and a beer.
It is.
And work.
Dude, tell me I have two hobbies, couches and beer.
That's right. Very enthusiastic about both. Okay. So before we get too far into this and go down the rabbit hole on client expectations and stuff, let's pull back and do another question here. This is a completely different subject, but one that falls well within your wheelhouse, Greg. This is about farming. So if anybody wants more detailed information about farming, we have an entire video course. You can actually go to McDanielRealEstateSystems.com. And if you go to either the side column or the top, just look for the 5 minutes to farming link. There's some free videos there, as well as a full training course that we offer on farming. So Michael Baradell, his question is, questions for agent who farms. What is the expected number of transactions you'd like to get out of that farm? The farm that I'm targeting has around a 10% turnover rate. It sells about 70 homes a year. And so he's looking for I know this number will vary on my effectiveness, which no duh. He's just looking for a rule of thumb on what he could expect by mailing, calling, holding open houses. Like, how many listings could he possibly expect to get out of that when you're only dealing with 70 sales a year?
There's really no way of quantifying that, and there's a couple of reasons why. It's called the human factor. Michael, I don't know anything about you. If you ever listen to this, you probably won't, but if you do, very cool. But, you know, I don't know, how good are you at closing? Matt is shaking his head at me like, God damn it, Greg, shut your mouth. But you know what? How good are you at converting and closing? What kind of scripts are you using? How many hours a day are you working? How many other farms are you working? How persistent and consistent are you going to be in that farm? Is there a dominant agent or dominant team that works that area that like has just been working it since the day, you know, dirt was invented? You know, Bob Jones is just the dude to sell your home with. There's all these different factors you need to really put into, you know, kind of consider when you're trying to find out a number of deals. My recommendation to you is this, Michael: just get out there and grind, player. Just get out there and grind. I mean, it's calls, doors, mailers. You hustle. And with a 10% turnover rate, that's stupid good. I mean, if I get a 4 or 5 in my marketplace, I'm out the door running. But at 10%, it's like shooting fish in a barrel or just dropping a stick or grenade, you know, dynamite in a barrel. Shit's gonna float to the top. So I mean, go out there and start being the resource in the marketplace. And
really, okay. the shit floats to the top.
It came out so wrong.
The next time I go fishing, because after all, I am an avid fisherman. As any viewer of the show knows, I love to go out there and just sit and do nothing and look at the water.
I'm like, so what?
That's the secret that I've been missing, is dynamite in the water.
That's very effective. You ever watch like Rambo or anything like that, or Crocodile Dundee? Remember the Crocodile Dundee 2? You take the stick of dynamite and he's out in the middle of the bay blowing up fish.
Yeah,
I thought it was very effective. I'm like, that saves so much time.
Well, let's talk about this, because so I was doing just some quick calculations, and hopefully my math is not off, but a 10% turnover rate and 70 homes a year means he's farming a neighborhood of about 700, right? Now that's about, how much is that compared to what you would recommend that he go after, Greg?
Michael, if you really want to do, and I don't know how much you want to work, that's a whole nother thing. I mean, yeah. if a deal a month will get you to where you want to be, that's one thing. But if you want to do 10 deals a month, that is not sustainable. You need to have, or I'm never going to tell you guys what to do. Yeah, I do. I tell you what to do all the time, but
just go for it.
But in your farming, guys, it's a numbers game, like you talked about. What you need to do is have minimum of like 1,500 to 2,500 people in your different farms. Now, you have to have a low, a medium, and a high. At least I would like you to, because they're going to hedge. You know, when the market takes a shift, you know what? You're going to be able to say, okay, the low guys down here, first-time home buyers or whatnot, then they're going to go up to the medium, then the mediums go up to the upper is going to buy down in the lower price point or medium price points for investment opportunities. The uppers are eventually going to buy down in the medium because they don't need the big house anymore, because the kids went to school and everything. So it feeds itself. But if you really want to do a lot of deals, find the feeder markets, have 1,500 to 2,500 homes or more. I mean, our team keeps a good look on at about 120,000 houses. We have a couple systems that watch and monitor these different marketplaces and kind of see what's going on. But we're a little bit over the top, as you guys, anyone who knows me, I don't do anything small. It's like, oh, we could pay $1 and get this. I'm like, what does $1,000 get me?
Yeah, exactly.
1,000 more of what the first one got you. But that's my recommendation. Pick up your farm size, put together a marketing and farming plan. Like Matt said, go check out our farming stuff. It's really good. It's 10 hours of content, man. If you really can't go wrong on that stuff. And then go after, but make sure you stick to it. Yeah. As soon as you stop doing what you're doing to get your business will fade out. All right, that's what the classic real estate epic fail. It's like, oh, I got all this business. Oh my God, I'm awesome. Holy shit, where'd all my business go? It's because when you were doing the deals, you weren't prospecting. Build it in, stay consistent, you'll make a very good income.
Yeah. Agreed. All right, so let's move on to this. This was a funny one. I got a kick out of this one. All right, so David Hill asks, what is the best objection handler for seller at the table, I'm assuming listing presentation table, who says he wants to sell the house for more money than it's worth? Greg, I would like to sell you something. I would like to sell you this car. I would also like you to pay more than what it's worth.
Fantastic. What drugs are you on, sir? Because I need to get you hooked up with your dealer. That's some good shit. So in all actuality, all drug, joking aside, what we would do in that circumstance is you need to evaluate if that person is seriously a seller, or if they're just going to be a tire kicker and going to waste your time and your money as a listing agent on that. Because if he and she going to go out there and make you look like a fool, and if it's $100,000 over the listing price and they have no plans to lower it to a realistic price, then it's going to do two things. It's going to hurt your reputation as a listing agent that you can't get your property sold, and you take on properties at too high of a price, of a listing price. Also, you need to ask that person right then and there, deadpan serious, be like, Matt, I can totally understand and I appreciate you wanting to get a high price for your home. And as you can believe, I would like to get a high price for your home as well. I just need to know, maybe I missed something, but can you please help me and show me the comp or comps that you're using to justify that price? And the reason why is I'm going to be asked to provide those when people are submitting offers to us. Is there something that I may have missed? And so right there, what you put yourself in a vulnerable situation, you don't want to be the person that's going to be like, look, Matt, you're a freaking moron. You know what? I don't know where the blank you get off, but you're a fool. I do this for a living, man. I'm a professional. You need to listen to me and bow down. That's not going to do us to go so well.
Yeah.
But if you go in there with the mindset of being genuinely interested, look, we're all human, guys. There's a good chance you could have missed something somewhere, right? Or at least you can hear their thought pattern of how they got there. Like, well, I think we're worth this much because we have the 5th bedroom that's not really officially a 5th bedroom. Plus we have the finished basement, plus blah, blah, blah. And you're like, oh, okay, well, there's justification for it. Okay, let's try it. But if you do take that price at a higher list price, you need to build it into your listing agreement right then and there, that if you don't have a showing a day and or a contract in hand within 14 days, you will reconvene, we will reevaluate the marketplace together and come up with a market suitable price, which means it's going to be the price that you guys selected originally, and then you'll sell it, and then he'll thank you, all the way home. But that's the way you protect yourself. You don't waste your time. You're going to make sure that he's real, or he or she is real, that they really want to sell it, that they're realistic when it comes to the price point and their timeline. And also, it gives you the ability to see maybe if you missed something. And if you did, great. So what? Who gives a shit? Everyone misses something every once in a while. Get over it and move forward. Let them have the win, guys. Seriously. They'll love that ego trip.
Yeah, I like that. The idea that you don't want to say something that creates resistance. You ask a question, and that pulls the response out of them. Because a lot of times, I think what that does is it forces them to go, well, the house down the street was listed for X, and we have that extra 5th bedroom. You can say, great. Do you know what it's sold for? Because it always comes down to that. It's always hearsay. It's always, well, it was listed for this. Great. What did it sell for? Well, we don't really know what it sold for, but we know it was listed. Great. Doesn't matter what it was listed for. Doesn't matter what agent went in there and told them what they wanted to hear, so we could put a yard sign out there and get some buyers. So there's so many ways that you can spin that, but it's, sometimes just the act of like having them take you through the reasoning behind it exposes to them how stupid it is and how unfounded it is and how ridiculous it sounds just by them having to explain to you why they think that. And sometimes it's just a pride issue, which, I mean, you'll get that with guys apparently, sometimes, older gentlemen. The pride of ownership thing. We've been here for this many years. I cut my own lawn and I make my own gutters out of folded sheet metal and I painted them myself. I don't know.
I built that fence with my own 2 hands.
That's right. And the integrated shed / studio backyard where my son still lives, and
and he's 42.
That's right.
We hope he's going to be getting out there pretty darn soon, though.
That's right. It's like Boner from Growing Pains. He never quite leaves the garage.
Did you say Boner?
I did. That was his best friend. It was Kirk Cameron's best friend's name. Out of the 80s. Come on, Greg. You got to be with me. Growing Pains.
I'm with you, pal. I'm with you, pal. God, and
but, you do get that. I mean, that's a lot of the FSBO crowd too.
Yeah,
it's that same market, right?
But it's also go back to Howard Britton days. Those of you who don't know who Howard, I'm truly sorry. The guy is awesome, or was awesome. He's now passed, but he does the go 3 deep. So there's the question: I want to sell it for $985. Well, sir, your house is worth $800. Why $985? What kind of comps have you seen? How can I justify this? Why is that price so important to you? Is moving sooner or getting a higher price more important? See, you have these different questions, then you just dovetail off each one of those questions, go down that rabbit hole. Matt and I try not to go down rabbit holes, but go down that one with the seller and really genuinely be interested in what they're saying. Because if you can legitimately justify this, okay, let's do it. I'm in. So that would be my recommendation, guys. Always be a student of the business. Always be asking questions. My father always says this to me, Greg, always ask questions. You know what? You never assume that you know the answer, because as soon as you assume that you know everything, that's when you know nothing. And just because you've been doing this for 25 years, maybe there's something different. Maybe there's something uniquely. Maybe he's got 3 wells on the property that produce 50,000 gallons of water a day, plus a bomb shelter that he can make wine in. I don't know. I'm just making this stuff up.
A bomb shelter you can make wine in. All right.
Yeah. Well, you're getting bombed.
Hey,
you need someone to calm the nerves.
$85,000.
Heck yeah, you need to calm your nerves when the Nazis attack.
Exactly. A bomb shelter you can make wine would be very valuable in the post-apocalyptic zombie world that we live in. So yeah,
you got to shoot zombies and drinking. Have you ever done it? You got to try it.
Yeah, that's right. All right. So I think this will be our last question of this particular episode. So
why?
Nick Venderlick asks, anyone else use Mojo on here? I'm looking for a good script for the callback message feature. So this is something I love about yours, Greg.
Matt, I don't know much about Mojo, but I sure will try it.
Yeah.
So the callback message, guys, those of you who don't know what Mojo is a triple line dialer where you can dial 3 numbers at one time. So inevitably, when you're using this, you're gonna have one line that's gonna answer, and then a fraction of a second later, the second line is gonna pick up. And the message that I use on that callback system, it goes exactly like this. And guys, by the way, this works so well, it's almost funny. That's kind of funny. It is funny. Anyways, so here's a script. Hello. Hello? Hello? I'm sorry. For whatever reason, I can't hear you. Let me do this. I'm going to call you right back. Okay, thanks. And that's your script. When I use that, I genuinely get this response some of the times. I get this, can you hear me now? As he scream into the phone, and I'm like, oh, holy Christ, why are you yelling at me?
That's awesome.
And I'll sit there and I'll just be like, oh, you should have watched your screen, Greg. It said call back. You would have known you could have gotten something like this. And then I'm like, oh yeah, whoo, coming in loud and clear now. Thanks for clarifying that. Yes. But that is the most effective one. It's really cool. I've never been questioned on that, by the way. I've never had someone come up and be like, so is this something like some sort of dialer thing or some sort of program or anything, bro?
I don't know.
No, they don't know. They just know some guy can't operate his phone.
Yeah. It doesn't call up and go, please hold for Greg McDaniel.
That's not robotic at all.
No, exactly.
Very genuine.
Yeah, that's one thing I noticed that other people ask on the Facebook group from time to time is like working with the dialer. Well, can't people tell? No. Greg's made 73,000 cold calls in the last 2 years alone, and you've never been questioned on it.
No, they're like, so what is this thing? I'm like, it's a calling system that I can dial up to 3 people at one time, be incredibly effective, and do about 124 calls per hour to help our sellers sell and our buyers buy. Are you interested?
Like, wow, you turn it into a competitive advantage.
So what's up? Your agent doesn't have it?
Yeah, exactly. That's awesome. Okay, well, I did find one more question that'd be fun.
Ooh.
You ready? I know, you're born ready. I shouldn't have even asked. Okay. So the question is, what's your best objection handler for, quote, you have not sold homes in my neighborhood?
Well, apparently you haven't been looking hard enough, because I've been bringing all the buyers in. There's a couple of ways you can fight that. One, you can go team up and partner with an agent that is doing a lot of sales in that marketplace, so that you will have justification, bring them in on the listing appointment. So if Matt started working with the McDaniel Callahan team, he's like, look, I'm from Southern California, never sold a home in your area, but I want to do it. And Greg, would you partner with me for a couple of deals? Sure, get you going, whatever, I'll train my competition.
Okay.
Not my favorite, but another thing you can do is
maybe there you'd have to provide some other incentives rather than, hey, Greg, I want to sell in your market. Would you please help me get started, and then I'm going to go off to your competition. Can
you help me compete against you, because I don't think you work hard enough?
Yeah, that's a whole other conversation.
Yeah, the answer is no. What another way to do it, guys, if you're new in the business and you're trying to work in a marketplace, and Matt and you and I have answered this question before. Don't go for the listings right away, guys. Go for the buyers that are moving into the neighborhoods, and then you can do an event. So Matt, his wife Julie, they're 3 12-pound babies. They are moving in from Southern California into the Danville market. And you know what? I want to work in the Danville market, and let's say in the Greenbrook area or Sycamore. Let's do Sycamore. No, let's do West Side Danville. West Side Danville. I just put you in debt big time, by the way.
Oh, great. Thanks. Me and Julie and our 12-pound babies. You just saddled us with debt for the rest of our lives. Appreciate it, Greg.
That's good. Friend, buddy. But I would do calls into that area for Matt. So I'm an agent calling in with a real client into the neighborhood. So my name recognition is taking place. I can do door knocks into the area. I can do cards. I can do emails. Well, not really emails, flyers and stuff into that marketplace, talking about who wants to sell. Mojo would be a perfect opportunity here. Once I get Matt, Julie, and the 3 12-pound babies into the West Side Danville, at that point, they move in. I actually just told a client about this today, and they went through the rough. That we're going to throw them a welcome to the neighborhood party. We're going to cater this burrito truck that's going to come in. We're going to go buy a bunch of beer. We're going to be here for 3 hours. All the food you can eat and drink, and let's relax and introduce you guys to the new neighborhood. So you're going to be able to take Matt and Julie, the 3 12-pound babies, all of their friends and contact information. I'm going to brand it with mine, do multiple email invites using Evite, talking about something fun and exciting. I also going to do a postcard and a door knock to the immediate neighbors, maybe 100 or however many you want to do right around their house, and invite them over to meet the new neighbor. Now, if any of those folks are thinking about selling, now they see that you, the agent, is a success. Doesn't matter if you help them buy or not. You're a real estate agent that successfully got them into this house. And Matt and Julie and the 3 12-pound babies are going to say all kinds of wonderful things about Greg and the McDaniel Callahan team because we got them in a house that wasn't on the market, or got them knowledge about a property that was coming on the market prior to anyone else. So when they say, oh, hey, Matt, Julie, 3 12-pound babies, welcome to the neighborhood, get the story. How do you guys, do you guys just bought in the neighborhood? Yeah, we did. Oh, is that your agent? Yeah, it's my agent over there. He's amazing. He's the best. I wouldn't use anybody else. That's the kind of stories you want to have being said. And it's based upon real success and people that are genuinely excited because they're friends and family that see them happy in a home that they love and safe and secure for the 3 12-pound babies. That's a good thing. That is a very good thing. And at the event, you guys can build relationships with the people that you're at the party with. Start doing video testimonials. Because if I know that, John, who is now Matt's new next door neighbor, has lived there for 25 years, raised his 2 kids, and just loves the area. Well, if I can get, John and his wife, Susie, on a video testimonial talking about how great West Side Danville is and how you have to come live here, are you shitting me? Just keep doing that with all these different people and then get their email address if you don't have it and say, hey, look, I'm going to send you guys a link of your video. You guys can send it out to whoever you want. You're building that relationship. And then you take that content and you put it on your blog, you put it on your YouTube, you put it on your Facebook, you put it on Twitter, you put it out on LinkedIn, put it on Google+. You put it everywhere because people are going to search it and people want to hear good things about an area. It doesn't matter. Yeah. And you can leverage these events and get multiple high tech and high touch value at the end of it from just doing simple free things. So that is how I would answer that question. Very long-winded to a very short question.
Yes. But it was good and appropriate. So that's good.
Thank God for once I'm appropriate.
Yeah, exactly. Well, there was plenty of inappropriateness within the answer, but the answer itself was appropriate to the question. Let's put it that way.
Just because you have 3 12-pound babies, don't get mad about that.
Yeah, exactly. Me and Julie and our 12-pound babies. Good.
Busy people over there.
That's right. All right. So let's give some shout outs here real quick. Number 1, viral marketing. For all of your online and video email marketing to your database to generate repeat and referral business. So check them out at getviral.com. They write a check to make Hangouts and podcasts like these happen, so we just want to publicly thank them for that. And then Equity, so the online buyer lead generation platform built from the ground up for solo agents. You can take the McDaniel Challenge, talk to Greg about that, and get hooked up so that you can start generating buyer leads, get hooked up with a lender that will pay half of your cost for that, so it's very affordable for the average agent. And then, Greg, you want to give out the cell phone number for the McDaniel Challenge?
I do, and guys, Equity is spelled with 2 Q's. So equity with 2Qs.com. McDaniel Challenge, like I said in the beginning, if you guys hadn't tuned in yet, it is an opportunity to get an hour of free coaching. We are booked up into the beginning of next year, 2016. So it's my phone number is 925-915 1978. Again, 925 915 1978. Call me or text me. We'll get something on the books for next year. And from 6 p.m. till 7 to 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Monday through Thursday, I reserve that time to talk to one of you. Do not make me spend a night alone. You guys know how much I hate that.
That's right. A bored Greg is an unhappy Greg.
Oh man, the mischief I get into.
That's
So
right.
don't keep me on the straight and narrow, people.
Exactly. All right. And then if you want to learn more about farming in particular, so remember the training product that's available on the site, McDanielRealEstateSystems.com. Check out the link either on the top or on the sidebar for the 5 minutes to farming videos. That's a series of 3 free videos that will get you started on how to pick your farm, how to set up a neighborhood blog and so forth, and get you started. And then we have a full course that's available off of that. So just check that out on the website, McDanielRealEstateSystems.com. And then if you'd like to have us in your office live, me and Greg in person, talking about high-tech, high-touch prospecting or any of the other topics we talk about on the show, take the McDaniel Challenge, get a hold of Greg, and hook him up with the person that makes the decision in your office, whether it's the broker, the team leader, whatever the case is. But connect those 2 people, and we can talk about making a personal appearance in your brokerage at little or no cost to the office, as little as we can, just to cover the expenses of actually doing the appearance. But we don't charge the agents for it. We're not going to charge you, the agent that helps set this up. So if that's something that you think that other agents would benefit from in your office, just get a hold of the Greg, and we'll go from there. So
yeah, like we always say, you guys, this is a Fanarchy show. We do it for you because we love you. I have the honor and distinct pleasure of talking to someone every night, and I really do, like, it does make my day. I truly, 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 truly look forward to it. And it's because I love to see you guys grow. I love to see you guys make money. I love to see you take these ideas and change your lives for the better. That's why Matt and I do. Well, one of the reasons we do this is because we want to see good people, good agents helping good agents, helping all of our profession grow with better trained individuals out there. So thank you beyond words for being a part of our fan base. We really appreciate every single one of you.
Yep. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already. Remember just to subscribe on YouTube. If you like the audio version, subscribe on iTunes or Stitcher. And like Greg said, thank you so much for telling a friend in the business about the show. That's how it grows. Mm-hmm. So we've got some cool stuff coming up for next year, but this is not quite our last episode of the year, but at least our last episode before Christmas. Yeah. So we just want to wish you a very Merry Christmas, a Happy Holidays. We'll be back on Monday, hopefully with a special guest. It's either going to be Ashley rescheduling from today or someone from HomeBuzz app. I believe we've got on the schedule. Is we're going to try to get him on for the 28th. So we've got one more episode for the year.
It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be a fun one. Yeah.
Awesome.
So until then, guys, thank you so much for watching and or listening, and have a happy holiday. We will see you next week.
See you guys.